Guys, what's up? My name is Justin Marc, international dating coach, relationship expert, and in this video, I want to talk to you about why men should never get married. Now, here's the thing. Back in the day, you used to pretty much have to get married. If you wanted to have children, have a family, live a normal, sustainable life, right? Getting married was completely to your advantage. You know that your girl's gonna be yours. You know that there's gonna be no cheating. And you also know that you're not gonna get an STD that's gonna ruin your life and kill you. You know, if you got gonorrhea or chlamydia, back in the day, that could have been a death sentence, right? Chlamydia could cause infertility, right? Certain STDs or STIs could cause you to literally die, right? Because we didn't have modern medicine, we didn't have antibiotics, we didn't have penicillin, we didn't have all these different things that could, you know, heal these illnesses, right? And in modern society, what we have is we have things like Tinder, we have things like Instagram, we have things like a hot girl summer, where we essentially have a hookup culture. We essentially have a culture where it's very normal for a girl to break up with a boyfriend and go out and hook up with different guys every single night. It's very normal for, you know, cheating to occur and you'll never find out. It's very normal for your girlfriend to go to the club, hook up with, you know, Chad and Tyrone, and she'll thank them after and then go back to her boyfriend or husband. And because of these reasons, because of many, many other reasons, it's not your best interest to get married if you are a man. And so what I want to talk to you about in this video are the main reasons why you should never, ever get married if you are a man. And let's jump straight into it. So it's actually really interesting. As a man, again, if you get in pretty much any relationship, it's very common for the girl to want to, at some point, marry you. I'm with my girlfriend right now. She's in my room. And it's funny because like, she's pretty much saying like, I can't wait to get married with you and have babies and all this stuff, right? It's kind of like this almost like socially conditioned destiny where, you know, society, television, the media, news organizations, etc., pretty much will condition women to want to get married. And it's in a woman's best interest because, you know, in society, men make more money than women. And if a woman marries you, she is now entitled to half your assets, right? So whether it's your Bitcoin or whether it's your, you know, penthouse or whether it's your fucking, you know, dog. So your girl is going to be legally entitled to half of your assets, half of your bank account, half of your money. And the issue is if you divorce her, you're now going to be stuck with child support fees, alimony if you made more money than her, having to pay her, you know, half of your money, and who else knows what else you're gonna have to pay, right? Because oftentimes the courts are very lenient towards, you know, the women in the relationship and not the men. And so it's almost like you're setting up a business contract or some sort of business agreement with a girl that, you know, might not be as rational and logical as you are. Now imagine this, would you partner up or start a business with just any guy? Would you partner up or start a business with, you know, the dude who's best looking or the guy who makes you feel the most emotions? Would you partner up with a man who, you know, is in business, who has a great track record of successful business, he's very rational, very logical, extremely, you know, well-versed in the business world, and a very logical human being who, you know, will be very fair? Well, oftentimes guys aren't partnering up with the most logical and rational women to be, you know, in a relationship with or in a marriage with. They're, you know, partnering up with the women who are most attractive, most feminine, most, you know, into them, or who, you know, provide some sort of value from an aesthetics perspective or maybe from a familial perspective. But they're not really thinking about their finances. They're not really thinking about their future with their career. They're not really thinking about their business. And, you know, the issue is, in society, we have a 60 to 70% divorce rate in North America or in Western society. And if you actually think about it, most relationships will fail before they even get to the marriage standpoint, right? I would say probably 4 out of 5 relationships, maybe even more, maybe 90%, maybe even 95%, maybe even 99% of intimate relationships or dating relationship dynamics will fail before they even make it to that marriage standpoint. And then, you know, out of those marriages, you know, you get what, 50, 60, 70% of those marriages will fail, right? And so if you think of the statistical probability of your relationship failing, it's so fucking high. And then when you think about the upside versus the downside of, you know, if you are a man who's making more money than your girl, if you are a man who is making 6 figures or more and your girl is making a lot less, you are going to be in such a detrimental position financially, monetarily, and with the court system that you're gonna be in a really brutal situation, especially if you're a high achiever and like, let's say you're making, I don't know, 6 figures, even 7 figures or anything more than that. You know what happens? You're now in debt to your ex-wife for life. You're gonna be paying her out of your asshole. You are going to be paying her a lot of money for pretty much the rest of your life. If you're married to a woman for over 10 years and you get divorced, you are pretty much gonna be paying her for the next 20 plus years of your life for alimony, child support, and who knows what else. And it's going to put you in the poorhouse because first you're gonna have to pay taxes, then you're gonna have to pay child support, then you're gonna have to pay alimony, and on top of that, you're gonna have to pay half your assets in the divorce. And that's on top of lawyer fees. And so what I see is a lot of my older friends going through divorces, going through even breakups, even these common law relationships where you're just living with a fucking girlfriend. If you let a girl live with you for longer than a year to 2, you are going to be in a very fucked up financial position. Whereas, you know, one of my best friends, he had to sell his house so that after he broke up with his girlfriend, it was just a girlfriend who was living with him, she couldn't go after him for his company and his house and his assets, right? And so you'll be in a situation where you're in a very brutal position, and you know, you don't want to be in a position where your girl can take half your assets, take half your house, half your money, just because things didn't work out in the love department, right? And so as a man, it's not in your best interest to ever get married. What you can do is you can kind of do a more ceremonial relationship. You can kind of do a non-contractual agreement relationship. You can do a relationship where, you know, you have a prenup, which by the way doesn't work most of the time, but it's good to have anyway. And then you could do like a common law relationship dynamic where she's not entitled to any of your assets, and you can put all of your business or, you know, financial assets or, you know, assets that you own in a separate name. Maybe you put in your mom's name, maybe put it in someone else's name, maybe put in your like brother's name or your dad's name, your mom's name, whatever. So that way your girl, your ex-girl, she can't touch half your shit. Okay, I had a client of mine who is a real estate mogul from England, and this man was going through divorce, and his ex-wife could not touch his money because his real estate company was in his mom's name. So like 99.99% of the shares of his company was in his mom's name. So his ex-wife could not touch his money. And what he would do personally is he would rack up debt. So he would spend money like crazy on his personal name, right? And he would even pay me personally. And it was great because, you know, at the end of the day, the wife inherited his debt instead of his assets, right? And so you want to do things very strategically. And you could think that, oh, this is so misogynistic. This is so fucking, you know, blah, 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 whatever the fuck it is, right? But if you actually look at how many, you know, men in society are just getting taken for a ride by women who played the long game, who wanted to take them for their fucking money, right? It's actually just completely unfair. And if you look at how society is structured, the court systems and whatnot, you know, it's not in your advantage or in your best interest to get married or to sign a contractual agreement that says that your, you know, girl can take half your money, right? And you got to start looking at marriages and start even looking at relationships, common law relationships, as business contracts, and kind of realize that, you know, if you fuck up, you made a bad business decision. So guys, my name is Justin Marc, international dating coach and relationship expert, and I'm coming at you from Toronto, Canada. If you ever want to learn more about this stuff, you can go ahead and message me on Instagram at drunkjustin2. You can go ahead and subscribe to our channel at Justin Marc here on YouTube and click the bell notification so you're notified of new videos. And you can also learn more about dating. If you go to online-seduction.com, get my online seduction course and learn how to kill it in your dating life. You can join one of our live coaching programs here in Toronto, bootcamp and immersion. Go to justinmarc.com/mentor and apply for coaching, apply for mentorship. We'll love to have you here in Toronto, one of our live in-field coaching programs. And it's so great to talk to you guys. It's so great to have you guys here. I'll talk to you soon. New video. Peace out.